So I'm going to start. How did touring on budget happen to you?
Actually, there's a very funny story to it.
Sure, tell us more.
I had my first international flight ticket booked, but I didn't have a passport.
Really? Were you
Absolutely.
confident कि passport आ जाएगा and ticket हो जाएगा?
I was confident, but the passport guys who actually during the process, it was back in India.
Right.
My name on my all other documents, my Aadhaar card, my PAN card, my dad's name was spelled wrong. So I had to go to the newspapers, do the affidavit, and that's how it. So it took over a month. We had the trip planned, and so it was my first international trip, my first time on a flight.
That's a very special experience.
It
always,
was a special
right?
experience. I was nervous. I'll be very frank. I was nervous. How this travel plan happened. One of my best friends, who I call Bubs. So he was traveling with his girlfriend, his newly girlfriend. He was nervous. He wanted me to travel along with him. So that's how he booked my flight ticket. I didn't have a passport. Luckily, my passport came in time. We traveled, and I was amazed. So Southeast Asia is the best. I have had the best travel experiences in Southeast Asia.
Where did you go for your first flight?
For my was to Vietnam. My first flight was to Vietnam. We landed in Ho Chi Minh City. It was an incredible journey from there. The streets, the street food, the parties on the street, the people, the sweetest people I've ever met. It started from there. I started my career in a travel industry. I was working for one of the biggest travel companies in India back then. I was into travel. I came back from my Vietnam trip. From that day itself, I started saving up for my next trip.
Wow.
6 months or 8 months down the line.
What age are we talking about?
So I was about 22 years that time when I first traveled. And yeah, after my Vietnam trip, I started saving from day one for my next trip, which happened 8 months down the line. It was a solo boys trip to Thailand. It was crazy. It was.
We don't want the
We were
details.
not dating at that time.
Yeah. We don't need the details.
But it was so on a budget. It was so we stayed like half an hour away from the main area.
Right.
But we used to walk it out.
Yeah.
Because we were on a budget.
Yes.
We used to drink locally, eat locally in local markets. So that's how it was so crazy. We used to dance on the streets. So I wanted to share
And it's a vibe.
those experience. It was a vibe. I wanted to share those experience with the world.
Right.
I didn't know how to do it. Later on, when I did my Thailand trip, me and Sharon were friends later on. So I told her I have been traveling to Vietnam. I've been traveling to Thailand. So how, that time Instagram was new. Everything was growing that time. So I came up with this idea, touring on a budget.
Okay.
I want to create a page. I want to document all my travel stories.
Right. I've seen you from your page. You are the face of touring on a budget. Often, on a lot of the reels, right? So what complementary skills do you both bring to the blog? How do you work together?
I'll speak about her and let her speak about me.
Find out.
We'll find out who's speaking the truth.
Let's find out the truth today.
Sharon is good with the voice. She does the voiceovers. She's very good in writing, so she does the caption, the editing, the shooting.
सब तो कर दिया.
अभी मैं रुका हूँ, वो बताएंगे अभी मैं क्या करता हूँ. Yeah, so Sharon.
Oh, what is he good at, Sharon?
Bosco is very good at bossing.
That's called delegating.
Delegating. He's the CEO level, right? He has the vision for the
You
blog.
won't believe it. He calls himself as the CEO and he'll be like, "You're my employee."
So he's the founder and CEO. He has the vision and then
Yeah,
he needs
yeah.
delegation.
Apart from that, Bosco he manages all the. He finds out places. He does the research. He will find out where we need to go to shoot. This is a good place. We should go here. He does all the planning. The concept, the real concepts come from him. He will plan it in his mind and share his idea with me. And then I will, if I need to make any changes, I'll tell that to him. Just over the few months, Bosco has also been shooting and he's learned editing from me. So yeah, so we do pretty much everything together.
Brilliant. So growing from a handful of followers to 100,000 and more, a lot more today, right? How have you grown the blog over time? How has the strategy grown, the shooting grown, the editing grown, the planning grown? Everything almost, there's a learning curve everywhere. So what has changed over the last few months or years?
I would say a lot has changed. We've evolved. If you see our very first picture, our very first video, and you compare it with our videos now, like who did that? So and it took us a while, to be honest. It took us a while to grow to 100K, 5 years to be precise. But we were not very active for the first 3 years because of our full-time jobs. And our blog initially was only about budget trips, which we didn't take very often because of our full-time jobs. And we used to post only when we used to take trips. And after COVID, when we were stuck here, we knew traveling is not going to happen for a while. We decided, why not explore Dubai? And because we move out often, we go to a lot of restaurants, we eat out a lot, we do a lot of staycations. So we thought that, why not share these experiences also with our followers? And I remember in 2021, if I'm not wrong, Reels was introduced to UAE. And we posted our very first reel on that day itself. After that, things started to look good. We started getting followers. So that's when we knew, we were like, okay, people were actually engaging with our videos. They liked our content. And just like over 1 year, people have been recognizing Bosco outside in public.
You're a celebrity now.
We've evolved a lot. And from 2018 to 23, I think from the last 2 years, we've been very active on the page. So we've given our best, and that's how we've had some videos that have gone like really viral. Right now, I think we have a video which has hit 56 million views. That's like our highest viewed video. It was in Maldives. There was like a storm where Bosco was in the pool. I just shot him. I was like, this has to go on our page. And that video just like went viral. We've got a lot of followers even from through viral videos. And then we hit 100K in 2023.
Brilliant. Congratulations for that. We need to celebrate it.
Thank you.
That is amazing.